Oh, and then Clark's game tips.
Dun, 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 dun. Clark's game tips.
Welcome back to that time of...
Welcome back to Clark's game tips. Everyone wants Clark to know. Everyone wants to know that
You're a country boy who likes to go shopping.
It's Blood Feud with a sheep.
Well, you've never heard of the candy bar condom thing?
No. Do tell. Candy bar condom?
Yeah, it was an actual thing. I'm not necessarily sure if it was specifically an Irish thing at one point, but for use of a contraceptive, people would use candy bar wrappers.
I can't believe that.
I am not lying to you.
How would it work?
Well, not very well, but they would use it as such, like a Mr. Big wrapper or whatever they would have.
They used a Mr. Big, but they really needed
They just needed the mini Mr. Big.
Oh, yeah, I used the double Mr. Big. Yeah.
I used a Twix bar.
Because you have two dicks?
Kit Kat Chunky.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of articles actually saying why you shouldn't use a candy bar.
I certainly hope there's none saying why you should.
Yep, here we go. There is a contraceptive museum, apparently. Where is it here?
Where?
I use pixie sticks.
Newfound popular history of contraceptive museum is an indication. Where is it?
Personally, I prefer like a good Slurpee straw.
Museum have to.
You ever had boba tea?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
People like the texture.
Yeah, it's in a figuratively quote here from this figuratively sterile hallway of Toronto pharmaceutical company Ortho McNeil. Visitors from contraception's conception through the nasal spray and the computer chip implant feature of the prevention of survival of capable zygotes. Here you go. There's some stuff on IUDs here. Lucky Charms, a rabbit's anus.
Oops. Lucky Charms. Oops. All semen.
Whoa, okay.
Sorry, Lucky. How
Earwax of a mule, apparently.
No. Go back. Lucky, like, do they just use the
Mule?
whole cereal bag?
No. Rabbit's foot. A rabbit's anus, more like. The superstitious women of the Middle Ages believed magic amulets would prevent pregnancy.
Oh, not the breakfast Lucky Charms.
No, it's just saying Lucky
That's
Charms.
where my mind went. Okay.
Everyone thought like maybe you put a marshmallow in the tip or something.
Weasel testicles.
Like a sponge.
Yeah.
Like the sponge, you put it in the vagina, all the marshmallows.
Weasel
A
testicles.
dehydrated marshmallow will expand greatly when you introduce liquid to it.
Use Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
Ooh.
Feel the rainbow.
Here we go. One exhibit features 2 examples of candy bar wrappers used as condoms, including Cadbury Crunchy, golden honeycomb covered in chocolate, and the eerily similar ingredient-wise violet crumble, described as also crisp golden honeycomb. Although with % more free, apparently these candy bar condom wrappers are, even today, all the rage with Australian teens.
Good God. You'd think they'd be on to Kinder Surprise by now.
That would be so I don't know.
It is shaped like a diaphragm.
You gotta admit though, like a contraceptive called Child Surprise. Pretty.
All right. Hi, folks. I'm Rod, and I play Alacordia, a moody 18-year-old female rogue who has no love for squirrels. Why squirrels, you ask? Well, let's just play on and see.
My name's Clark, and I play Losion, the half-elf cleric.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm Scott. I'm the gamekeeper. I play the NPCs, including Dave, the brave stable boy.
And I'm Steven, and I play a halfling. Not rogue. Why do I keep doing that?
Why do you go halfling?
Because half elf, half lean.
Halfling?
Oh, I see what you're
He's
getting
only
at
like
there.
kind
Okay.
of leaning, you know?
I get what you're getting at there. Okay.
I'm Steven, and I play Shun, a halfling monk.
What happened last time? There's a town to the west of here, but a couple days' ride. that has had a bit of a, let's call it a law enforcement problem. The Shire Reeve recently died under mysterious circumstances, and they hired a new Shire Reeve sight unseen. And now some weird stuff's been going on in the town, and it is disrupting my plans. And I would like it resolved. And since you work for me now, you get to do it. As you're approaching the village of Wakeholm, and you find a human body. He was wearing some sort of vest, and the front left breast has been ripped out.
Are you all right, Mr. Cell? Shire Reef Cell? You seem a little stressed.
Y'all would be tense too, if you had come across the greatest criminal conspiracy, the likes of which Telbost has ever seen. I've said too much.
Did you know that there's a person who was killed just outside of town?
There's a dead man. You ride out to the edge of town, and when you get there to where the wagon was, you're like, I knew it was around here somewhere. Please report no more fake murders, and I'll be watching you.
As Alacordia actually has a knife out and she's like stabbing a tree. She's like, God damn, fucking damn, oh, it's fucking right here.
And the three of you turn the corner, and 6 chefs. And Filchbatter goes, bloody fuck. It's them!
The fountain erupts into a rolling boil, and he gets blasted into it, and is cooked to perfection.
You're a first-class cunt. You are so shit, it's unbelievable.
Hard-boiled, baby.
He becomes very juicy on the inside.
Yes. Came from somewhere in the Frisky Peaks, which is a mountain range not too far away
Right.
from where we are.
Right, the Frisky Peaks.
And then more geography talk. Specifically the rain shadows.
And
it's a desert effect inside the Frisky.
Delicious peaks.
When we ran into
Go Frisky.
the celebrity chef encounter,
Celebrity chef encounter.
we were currently on our way to the Temple of Temora.
That's right.
I thought we were going to Dea.
Thank you. I was going to do
Now,
it. You
back
didn't.
to calendar talk with Clark. You all know what he's gonna say. Woo!
You're a cunt.
This is
See,
going to be the
you
longest
think-
session ever, because there's going to be 10 minutes
Clark,
of us waiting to get through the riff.
We never even talked about daylight savings time. The sheriff emerges from the alleyway. Celebrity chefs running off, throwing herbs and spices into the air to cover their trail in kind of a like thin mist of green and paprika.
Love it.
that's the secret sauce.
The sheriff looks at you and goes, Are y'all right? What the fuck just happened? What?
I have no idea, but these chefs just came out of nowhere and just started attacking us.
Lojan looks at the sheriff dead in the eye and goes, I have no idea.
Yeah, aside from those celebrity chefs who come and go, we do not get many visitors here. So relations with them are tenuous at best, but we tolerate them because of the tax revenue that the culinary school brings in. But
I think you should keep those chefs a little bit more on a leash. I think they're a menace. They're just roaming chefs out and attacking us with chickens and herbs.
every town has its dangers. You should have seen it when the colonel was here, and he looks off into the middle distance. But no, over the past year, aside from those celebrity chefs, we have had almost no one coming and going from town. Even the people who were supposed to come never made it.
What people?
Hmm?
What people were supposed to come that didn't make it?
He kind of eyes you warily because you've only just finished leading him on a wild goose chase outside of town, and he doesn't quite trust you, but he does seem to like that you fought the roving band of chefs. He says, I guess I'll be honest with you. There is a regular merchant who comes here once every 3 months or so, and he was supposed to come within the past week or two, and he just never showed up. But that's none of your problem, y'all. Now you go find yourself a hotel or something, get off my streets, you hear?
Wait a minute.
Unless you
So-
have questions or exposition, perhaps.
When we were getting angry at you and led you on a wild goose chase about a body that could have been missing, you didn't put two and two together and think that possibly could have been the missing merchant that we may have thought was you?
You found, and he does big air quotes, which I don't know exist yet, but he's inventing them now. You strangers found a body, allegedly. All I know is that you know of someone who wasn't supposed to turn up, who didn't turn up. So really, I got 3 suspects right now.
Are you secretly a chef? You just said turn up 3 times.
Don't say it a third. And a chef jumps down from the roof, whips a turnip at your face, and runs away.
Ow.
You gotta be careful in this town.
Now, this merchant, did he or she, I can't assume, did they?
That's very, very woke of you.
Yeah, man, stand up to the powers that be, right? Did they?
Down with the patriarchy.
Sure. Did they, by any chance, have like any like lapel or like brooch that they wore a lot of the time?
He looks down at his own clothing and goes, anyway, he puts his like hands underneath his chin. And he looks you dead in the eyes and goes, now that I have obscured it, I could not tell you what clothes I am wearing.
Really?
I'm very unobservant, but I'm good at punching things.
And
That's why I'm the sheriff. If you want to ask questions about the merchant, I suggest you ask the alderman. He's the one who coordinated the contract. I'm very new to this city. I've never actually met him myself. I couldn't tell you what he's supposed to look like.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Oh, wait, I'm right brand new. All I know is that this was a new contract. Apparently the last merchant before him went missing. I don't know.
Tell me again, when did this merchant go missing?
Well, I mean, there's a loose timeline around when he's supposed to arrive on account of, he just travels around. But sometime over the past week or so. Maybe he's just late.
Just late. Oh,
Well,
okay.
I'm only, I guess, suspicious because the merchant before him also went missing and just never showed up to honor his part of the contract with the town. That's why we had to hire this new guy, who's now not showing up. Now, in my line of work, we call that coincidence, probably. But I've
Yes.
got a hunger and suspicion.
Yes, I'm sure you're a very good detective, Sheriff. Just asking, just because, is it possible that you had a merchant before the previous merchant who also went missing?
His brain explodes.
His eyes light up. He goes, okay, I'm starting to feel that this coincidence
Is a pattern?
is sequential.
Okay, well, we're not getting anywhere here.
I suppose,
really.
man.
Oh,
You're, like,
no, all right.
really on top of this.
Okay, all right. I suppose if you wanted information about the merchants who come and go, you could talk to the local business owner. He's the one who kind of coordinates all that stuff.
You mean Reginald?
Wasn't he the really scary guy?
I mean, one can only have so many voices.
Well, fine. Why don't we
Okay.
talk to the alderman after we go visit
Timora.
There is a
Timora?
great, big, beautiful Tamara. Yeah.
Big, beautiful Timora? What are you talking about? Are you in love with this thing?
Well, I mean, like, she's kind of like the goddess of luck, and like, kind of, my people all follow her teachings. So, I mean, like, we worship. I don't know if that's really like love,
You mean
but
to
like
tell me
worship.
you're trying to get lucky? Are you looking at me like
I don't
Oh
get
my God.
lucky. I just
you are?
am
No,
lucky.
no, I don't. No. Allegria throws up her hands. It's like, let's just go to this temple. Let's go talk to the alderman. I just want to figure this out.
What's with her?
Figure it out.
He looked at Lotion.
The sheriff gets real close to Lotion and goes, those two are going to bone, right?
I'm not gonna.
Stop. Anyway, I got some police work to do.
And
he
now
starts
they need
dragging
another
corpses
new
away.
Shire Reeve.
Yeah. He starts dragging Chef's corpses away. Him and his 2 constables, Officer Cherry and Officer Jacahete.
Cherry and Gachahete. So to recap for Clark's sake, merchants are going missing.
Yep.
That's possibly who we found.
The sheriff was hired sight unseen by the
Mhm.
town.
Usually hired by the alderman, Daniel. And Reginald, the shopkeeper, may have more information.
Okay. What time of day is it?
It's getting on dinner time.
Is the local general shop still open?
Yep.
Where are we going to the Mara, the temple first.
Oh, yeah. We can either go to the temple or we can talk to the guy, the general shop owner, and then go to the temple. What do you want to do, Shun?
Like, it doesn't matter, you know?
Alacordi, what do you want to do first?
Well, I don't want to go anywhere to get lucky. This is disgusting. Let's go talk to this Reginald. Ragamuffin.
Reginald. To the general store. Yeah!
Scene change. Star Wars style swipe. Wow.
Diagonal wipe across the screen, yeah.
No, front to back.
You're standing outside the shop and you can see that it has a little sign that says open. And there's a man who's unstacking.
I get it now. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was
about the poopies. See, there's
Cover all 9,000 taste buds. Aerate it. Warm it up.
a man is kind of standing there, his arms crossed, and he's shouting directions at about 5 or 6 staff members who are unloading a whole bunch of boxes. And he says, yes, you have come to the general store again to see Reginald, your best friend. How can I help you?
We dance it.
Now back to Creepy NPCs with Scott.
You're a cunt.
What brings you to my fine establishment today? Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it. Look at me.
So, hey, Reggie. Can I call you Reggie?
stop looking at it.
No.
So, Reggie, there's damn it, Scott. There's we got some questions for you about the merchant who was supposed to come to town. We heard that there was another one before him and he went missing, and there was one before him and he went missing.
Oh no.
And like, I guess like you've probably met some of them before, right?
I mean, not met them. I created the contracts for them to bring goods and provisions in from out of town.
Have any of them
He rubs
ever
his
made
hands
it
together
to town?
sinisterly.
Well, I'd like to do an insight check on this fellow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, same.
Oh, the mountains are a dangerous, dangerous place.
That's only an 8.
Oh man, this guy, reliable.
22.
7.
I don't see anything wrong with him.
Okay, the two of you are like,
He's creepy, but not mean creepy.
he's creepy, but I think he's just a shrewd businessman. Lotion, maybe something's off. You notice that he's unloading. 22, right?
Yes, 22 yes,
inside.
yes.
You notice that he's unloading boxes that have like a different crest than the crest on his like store sign. It's like he's unloading some other merchandise. And he's like, I've never seen them before. No one ever makes it through the mountains. Yes. Someone else's goods, perhaps.
Someone, okay. Lotion pulls his hat down just a little bit and goes, now, being a man of the cloth, I'm not too fond of stealing, especially from the poor. That's my white bag. You wouldn't be stealing anything. In fact, if I look at these sigils on your boxes here, looks to me like you might be responsible for some missing merchants.
I bought these at a flea market.
Where?
It's a D12. Cuernos.
Where in Cuernos? Big city.
Do you know Jim's flea market?
Alacordi, do you know that one?
I've lived in Cornos my entire life. And aside from not ever recognizing the name of Pietro Negarde before in my life, Jim's flea market does not exist.
It's a very back alley flea market.
He pulls out a knife. Maybe you might want to start telling the truth.
Interesting. Counterpoint. And 4 shop owners pull out like the knives they use to cut open crates. It's like,
They're Olfa
"Please
knives.
Don't
not again.
threaten me in my own shop. This is not how people do business."
Lotion steps forward and goes, let's all calm down a little bit. And he reaches over and takes the open sign, it flips it around to say closed. And I lock the door and I go, no, we're not. This isn't necessarily.
Locking the door means less business.
No. There's no need to get aggressive or angry. We're just trying to get to the bottom of the truth here. I guess you could say I'm some sort of a truth seeker. Tell us the truth, and there'll be no harm here.
The truth is, these may have fallen off the back of a cart, and I have someone bring them in to me, to the city. And I, in exchange for very discounted acquisition prices, make an excellent profit. And I hurt no one in the deal.
You don't, but does the person who brings it hurt them?
I'm the person who brings it.
No, but you said that
Me
you
and
have
these
someone bring it
4
in.
staff members, and we hurt no one.
Insight check on that. That one didn't land properly, so I'm rolling again. It wedged in the corner.
That's a 23.
Not a nat, but 20.
Critical fail.
With a crit fail, what's your modifier? Must be
On
-1.
insight, it's a +5. No, I have a +5 to
all right.
insight.
So it's 6.
Well, I thought
No, crit fail was a crit fail, though.
Well,
No,
we said
we didn't
crit
say
fail
that.
isn't an
Oh.
automatic failure, but I
I
punish
just read
you
the
in
rules
some
a couple days
capacity.
ago.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Just
That's
like
why
a
we
nat
recorded
20
it.
isn't an automatic pass, but
You're
you're
still
likely to get
supposed to pay
something good out of
attention.
it, even if you can't pass
I'm
it.
trying to listen to Scott. Say that again.
The rules that we agreed on in session 0 is that a crit fail isn't like an automatic boom, you're done and it's a failure. Very probably it will be because it's a 6. But you do get punished in some way for getting such a low roll.
Oh,
Losion,
spank me.
punish your baby.
Flagellate me.
Flagell-
Put the dong doodle in my butt again.
Flagellate me, daddy.
Yes. Now, sorry. Continue.
Losion, this guy is on the level. And you're going to have this inherent trust of him. Even if you notice things that you feel should make you feel like you shouldn't do that. For a while, until we kind of decide you stop doing that. You're very trusting of him right now. You've never heard someone say something truer in their entire life.
Is this? I don't remember this rule. I'm cursed, technically.
No, you're not cursed. Just like for this interaction, you feel
Okay.
like this guy's super on the level because you, admittedly, you rolled insight on this statement and you're like, I absolutely believe
Let me
him
see this rule.
beyond a shadow of a
Let me
doubt.
see this.
This isn't a curse. This
I
is
literally read this like
this is
days
me
ago.
saying your
Day once more.
insight about this statement is so bad that you believe him completely about what he just said.
Yeah.
Crit skill checks. A nat 1 could be a punishment,
Oh,
but
all right.
not an auto fail. And similarly, a nat 20, not necessarily an auto pass on a skill check. However,
So much cum.
you're going to get some kind of bonus or advantage because you rolled so well.
I also don't feel like it's that big of a punishment to say that to the statement he just said that explained all of his actions, you believe him, will influence you to be more receptive to what he's saying. That seems very reasonable. You two have your doubts. Not enough to have like actual things that you can pull out to say, this doesn't make sense because of that and that. What he said on its face makes a lot of sense. He didn't lie at any point. You have doubts in your gut about him just because of the kind of guy that he is, but you can't pick out anything from what he said that is a falsehood. So if you have doubts about him, with your kind of insight that you've had, you have a feeling maybe you're going to have to find some sort of evidence or other clues to kind of indicate it. You feel like if you're going off just a conversation with him, it's a Loctite alibi. He's telling absolute truth, and anyone who sees him would believe it to be the truth. You're certain that was truth. Lotion.
Yes.
I don't-
Losion looks at Alacordia and Shernan goes, thumbs up JPEG. This guy's on the level. I'm convinced. Look at that.
I don't think so, but
Look at that sneer.
if we're going to find evidence, we're going to find some evidence.
I'm trustworthy.
So like,
Yeah.
Let's go
ready?
talk to Daniel, the alderman.
Okay.
And I reach over and I turn the close sign back so it says open, and I'll knock the door and I go, "Thank you very much, Mr. Reginald."
At the moment you turn the sign on, like a person walks in and they go, thank goodness. Oh, I need
Can I use your
French
bathroom?
Can I use your bathroom? The prices here are just so phenomenal. You make your way to the Temple of Timora. Very similar kind of architecture and style to what you're used to, but this is not one of the villages of the truly devout, so it's more just like a
burger
offshoot
stand.
temple. You're not expecting.
Yeah, the temple I'm used to is.
Sorry, what'd you say, Ron?
this
It's like a
giant-
KFC Taco Bell instead of like a full Taco Bell.
It's
You
like
know?
a burger stand.
I'm at a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it's
I'm
the
at a Taco
it's
Bell.
the combination
I'm at a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
the combination Church of Timora Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, if you want to hit us up for some sponsorship, hit us up in the comments.
Cover all 9,000 taste buds.
Bring
Yeah,
back that
this is-
chihuahua.
You approach just as the dinner.
Ah, that's a very good sounding dong doodler.
It's the
Dong doodle.
and you can see that there's a priest out tending the garden in front. He grows all of his own herbs and spices.
Is he wearing an all white cotton suit?
Well,
He wasn't, but he is now.
oh, beautiful bow tie. No, bolo.
Bolo,
Bolo,
yes.
yeah.
He's tending to the garden and he's down on his knees and he gets up and he wipes the dirt off of his pants that are still pristine white. And he says, visitors to the church.
Yes.
How can I help you?
Luck be with you.
Luck to you too, my boy. What brings you to my fine temple?
Well, you see, we came to this town because I don't know. We heard there was some issues happening around here, and we came to help fix it. And we just were wondering if you could help give us some information.
His eyes narrow and he looks at you and he says, I recognize those symbols anywhere. A fine young son of Timora.
Yeah.
But there's a taint to you, boy.
Cover all 9,000 taste buds.
It's between the walls. No, there's a taint to you, boy. Your spirit, your energy is. And he starts like plucking things out of your chi.
Very puckered.
I don't know what you're talking about. He kind of like bats the hand away from his head.
While doing Reiki on you, he says, what help do you require, my son?
Yeah. Do you know anything about like the merchants who are supposed to come to town here?
He gets like almost like spooked a little bit. And he goes, shh.
What? What?
And he looks around, and you can see in another garden just around the corner, there's a second person working in the garden, and he goes, shh. It's not safe to talk here. Where are you staying? I will come meet you later.
We haven't set up anything yet.
The Shire Reef set us up with free rooms at the inn tonight, did he not?
Did he?
I think he did.
Daniel did.
That sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Oh,
alderman.
Right, the alderman did.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Yes, so meet us.
I don't know how I would have forgotten that. That was maybe only 20 minutes ago.
Yes.
Time is an ethereal thing.
Sorry, what do we call you again?
I'm Father Boots. That's canon from last time.
Very well, Father Boots. Then please, if this is a sensitive subject, please meet us at the inn.
Just leave your date at home.
He eyes shun, and he goes, the taint is on this young one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably get some toilet paper or something.
You've got taint in the paint, boy. The paint is your faith. It's a metaphor.
It's brown paint.
What time is it? We're less than an hour in and we've lost Rod. And now Taint jokes.
Oh, it's been a great hour.
Like oil on top of water. There's a film of impurity to you.
people tend to make donations to a church of luck in hopes their fortunes might be untainted.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm trying to make enough money just to support my village here because we've been hit pretty hard in these times, so I can't afford to make a donation to the church.
In these trying times, what's become of your village?
Oh, there's just, there's like a lot of things going on, and like work just hasn't really been coming. Like no one's hiring us anymore.
Tell me, child. It seems like there's a burden on your soul.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Taint.
Well,
He kind of sighs and he says, "It can be difficult sometimes to let the bad feelings out. But if you are ready, I'm always ready to listen." Sorry, I thought you said something there. No? Maybe a little bit?
No.
Okay. Oh.
Well,
all three of us are thinking it.
we'll talk again later. That's fine. And you can tell us all about this stuff we can't talk about here.
Yes, and he goes back to the garden and he goes, "I love not telling strangers anything about anything."
Back to the inn.
Is there someone
Thought we
else?
were going to talk to Alderman.
Back to the alderman.
You make your way to the offices of the alderman. There's no city hall or anything like that. There's just like the parlor of his home, which is quite simple, very unpronounced, not at all decadent. Simple residence for a family. He's got kind of kids running around, grandkids running around, and he kind of takes you off into this office off to the side. He has some books, but it's clearly like tax keeping records and important information about the town. There's no like bookcase or display of opulence or wealth. He lives a simple country life. And he goes, "I don't remember my voice." "But I'm jovial and I'm happy. What can I do for you three boys? And girl."
Excuse me.
And you turn to the left, and there's like one of his grandkids is there, and he goes, "Run along now, Patrick. What can I do for you two boys and one girl? Sometimes they sneak in there, but boy, do they save me."
Oh fuck. Well, Alderman, we need to know about these business or these merchants that are disappearing that aren't showing up. Who are they, and how do you how have you hired this Shire Reeve sight unseen, and why are things don't no one Cordy gets flustered and kind of walks off. It's like pulls out her knife and starts like silently stabbing a door frame.
Lotion. I think
Starts silently stabbing at Patrick.
He steps in the way. Jab, jab.
Oh, my grandson. Oh, I've only got 20 more. And what with child mortality being as high as it is, I'm less attached than most people would be.
Oh, that's good. Well, Mr.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Please, just Alderman Daniel. Or Your Honor, the Alderman Daniel. Or Your Worship, the Alderman Daniel. Nothing too formal.
Okay. Your Worship, the Honorable Daniel Alderman.
What about Daniel, my brother?
His eyes go off into the middle distance. He's hearing music he shouldn't. Music we don't have the rights to.
This is the track you're referring to, Scott?
Of course.
Oh boy. Next up on Church Talk.
I understand that you're concerned about the Shire Reeve. Why would we hire him? Sight unseen, you say. Well, look around, and he kind of gestures to the very simple village. We have no law enforcement here. We have no one to take the reins and protect the people. What if bandits came? Why, it would be unthinkable. We need to defend ourselves and our people. And so we hired a man who said he was a very talented mercenary who had taken many jobs before and was capable of defending us.
And you hired him 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Well, we hired him a month ago. It took him 2 weeks to get here. Because he came from Seaport or whatever that town's called. He came from Seabridge.
Sea Ridge.
Seabridge!
Is that where the Germans live?
Sea Ridge.
He came from Seabridge! He was only following orders.
So you...
And
So you... So you hired a new merchant 4 weeks ago, and he should have been here 2 weeks ago?
No, that was the Shire Reef.
It was a Shire Reeve, sorry.
The merchant hired a trading merchant. He has someone who brings his goods in. It's very difficult for us to make goods in this little village. The land is very arable, but we don't have things like tobacco or precious metals or, a lot of workable wood. The woods around here are simple
isn't
aspen.
this town at like the base of a mountain?
Yes.
There's no metal in the mountain.
Not that we have access to. There's no veins nearby that have been tapped. We don't have the infrastructure to create mines or to plunge for gold. We don't have prospectors. We live simple, innocent lives.
Why do you have a culinary school here? It's so remote.
Because the flavor. The water has a flavor. Some have described it as...
Cover all 9,000 taste buds.
So like,
Some have described it
like,
as...
are you telling me like people would want to like drink
vanilla
like
or
buckets of this water?
here? And he pours you a glass of water and he puts it on the counter.
I like to imagine he turns on the tap, and there's like this jug, 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 and then it's like... and when he looks just like jizz just pours into a cup.
Well, there's no tap. He has to go to like the well area with the pump, and you just see him going like chunk, 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 chunk.
Just sludges out.
It has it right.
And it just splorches out into the cup. And it's got like, it's pristine, but it's got a hint of...
Come.
Cover all 9,000 taste buds.
It's got like an almost amber color to it, just so faintly. And he offers it to you.
Insight
He
check.
offers it to you, Shun.
Insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
10.
It is a perfectly normal glass of water with a little bit of the flavor.
Shun takes a sip.
He takes a sip, and then he passes it to you to show you it's safe.
Shun takes a sip.
It's delicious. It is quite flavorful. You think that if you cooked with this, it would be like robust and umami and flavorful and other words about cooking.
This is really taking me to Flavor Town, guys.
As we look over and you've got frosted tips all of a sudden.
Yes, one might say that. It's like a fiery in your mouth.
So, the water is famous. The mountain is dry. I mean, there's nothing to be mined from it. They need a merchant to bring in things like tobacco and other goods.
And meanwhile, Reginald's bringing in things illegally and still selling them.
Did you know that?
He's breaking the law? Well, we'll have to have a punishment for that, I think.
Insight check on that.
Yep.
Genocide.
Another 10.
You feel like maybe he's been turned a blind eye, but also with a 10, you feel like no merchants have come recently and they got to get goods however they got to get goods. You got to get goods to the town somehow or the town will die.
Interesting.
Why is it for the last 6 weeks there's been 3 merchants that have gone missing?
Oh. Not 6 weeks. No. Yes, please. Oh, more along the lines of 6 months. We've had 3 merchants go missing in 6 months.
So there was supposed to be somebody 2 weeks ago.
Yep. And then
They never showed
2
up.
months and 2 weeks ago. And then 2 months and 2 weeks ago. And then 2 months. Well, you know.
When was the last time a merchant
Math.
did come through?
What year is it?
What day of the week is it?
No, my plan, you ruined it. He says, I suppose it's been just shy of 2 years since a merchant's come through.
Then how have you been?
Reginald.
Just Reginald. Okay.
Just Reginald.
Wow. Interesting. Reginald's doing banger business, I guess.
Yes, his store's been doing fantastically. For 2 years, I suppose. It was almost on the verge of bankruptcy.
The verge of bankruptcy.
Yes, about 2 years ago, the store was on the verge of bankruptcy, and now it's doing fantastic.
So, with all the things that were brought in by Reginald, by a merchant, up until 2 years ago, the town was not making a profit. Or he was not making a profit. Or...
Well, it does sound suspicious when you put it that way, doesn't it?
Lotion looks at you and goes, yes. Yes, it does. But wait, it couldn't be Reginald. He's an angel.
Oh my God.
Yes, he is a wonderful man. He has 27 grandchildren.
Does he really?
Oh, I haven't counted, but maybe.
Wow.
There's a lot of them. And some of them look the same, and they all run about.
What?
Everyone in this village has 27 grandchildren.
What?
Between
Probably
25
missed all these
to
children
30.
running around.
Very fertile. We think it's the water.
Alacordi looks at Lotion and he's like, I hate this place. I want to burn it to the ground.
You'd find that to be difficult.
You guys should
actually.
try
We sit
this. It's
on a
so
ridge of
good.
stone.
It's called a stage whisper.
You guys should try this stuff. It's so good.
We're not touching that water.
Lotion says, does it have alcohol in it?
Oh, actually, how loud do you say that?
Loud enough that everyone in the room hears it.
Goes into a drawer and he pulls out a lager that's been made with the water, and he passes it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Best you ever had.
Can I have 12 more, please?
He reaches into a different drawer in his desk and he pulls out a 12-pack.
Of cans.
Yes. Waycombe Honey Ale. Just make sure you cut up the rings. That'll kill the turtles.
Never mind. I'm just...
Lotion says,
You don't love turtles?
Lotion says,
One of his grandkids walks in.
Lotion says,
I love turtles.
Lotion says, glory be and upon the rack. That is a fine, fine lager. What's the alcohol content of this fine lager?
6% alcohol by volume.
Oh, that's not so bad. I could have 18 of these before I have to worry about driving.
He does the one moment finger and he goes into a different drawer and he pulls out 12 more. He says, here you go.
My God.
I think I found out why the town loses profits so much.
I think I found out why the town's got 27 grandchildren per person.
I have to bless him. I have to. So I look and my eyes a little hazy. And one is, like, I drink pretty fast. And I go, remember me as you remember the dead. And he kind of changes the way his hands move. And I cast guidance on the guy. And I go, that was kind of weird.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey guys, I just had a really random thought.
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping? You
And
know
you
what?
can
Maybe
trace
we'll
it.
talk about it later.
You don't want to, 4-person huddle.
No.
Oh.
No. Don't touch me.
You guys actually, the two of you here, just Shun's thoughts for a second. And he's like, what's stopping us from just going our separate ways from here?
What are you doing in my head again?
And
This is so weird.
leaving
As the alderman stands there
and going
hearing
to
nothing, so just dead silence for 30 seconds. Like,
Lotion.
and just going to settle our affairs that the blackmailer might, because the blackmailer was like, I'll kill your family and stuff. What's stopping us from just going helping our family? Just leave.
What's so weird?
Lotion looks at you right in the eye and goes, just eye contact the whole time. And he's kind of bobbing his head up and down just a little bit.
You're a cunt.
I would never say that out loud. But in my head.
Meow, 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 meow.
This episode's
Shun
going to
just
be
like,
10
whoa,
minutes longer than
where
usual.
did I get that earworm from? That's weird.
Gotta get a powder for those earworms. Deadly.
Daniel stands there for 45 silent seconds as the three of you look at each other meaningfully, nodding your heads.
No, and Alacordi's like, get out. No, stop doing that.
And Shun just looked like,
Get out of my head.
what's wrong with you? Why are you freaking out?
Because she doesn't like it, that's why.
No, but Shun's not aware he's doing it right now.
What lovely, delightful characters.
I'm going back to the inn. Let's go back to the inn. Let's just go back to the inn.
Yes. Thank you very much for the alcohol. And
Tell me,
I rattle out the door.
Before you go, how was the tour? What was the highlight?
Almost being killed by your stupid celebrity chefs. I'm going back to the inn. It's giving me a headache.
You enjoyed that?
The temperament.
highlight.
Oh my god.
Lojan actually sits down, drinking his beer, and crosses his leg and looks off and he's like, highlight of the tour for me, I would say the tavern.
That's a good one. I like that one too. And everything you say, he just like nods and agrees with very amicably.
Very, very friendly fellow.
Yeah.
But yes, I think we should go off to the inn. Lead the way, Alacordia.
You make your way in, and there's a guy, he's cleaning cups, and you can see that it's like the inn is in a general state of disrepair. He's not doing a very good job of upkeep, and there's not many patrons inside. And Daniel has given you just this little note, this rote, that says, free room on the alderman. And the guy's cleaning the bar, and he looks at him and he goes,
Oh, it was all this thing. We got two boys and a girl.
I want a separate room away from you and away from the other two.
Oh, I make a habit of not sleeping with the customers. It's bad for business.
Yeah, no.
Because we're all related in this town, you see.
Everyone has the same 27 grandchildren.
This is a small. Oh my. This is a small.
It's a very small town.
You already, damn it! Use my fucking dice.
I really should start using them.
we use inspiration
so
pretty liberally. I don't know why you don't use it more often.
Yes, 3 rooms, please, or 2 rooms, and I'll get one to myself.
No.
Where
to God, Loja?
We'll go a single bed and then 2 twin.
Now,
Give me my own room.
now, barkeep, what's your name?
Gibraltar.
Do you have one of mine? That was.
He does.
Damn it! Sorry, Rod. You'll get it. Gibraltar. Well, Gibraltar. Can I ask you something in
No, you got it wrong. It was
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar? Can I ask you something?
Actually, it's Geppetto.
And this is my boy.
there's a puppet
It's
in
a
the corner.
Geppetto Bear?
Oh.
As he looks at Shun. Can I ask you something in confidence? Gibraltar.
He looks you dead in the eyes. And he lifts his toupee a bit and he goes,
It's true. Or what a man he's observant.
I've been waiting
there
for
it
a
is,
moment
finally.
since you brought that up for a ball joke.
Yeah, you can ask me a question. Here's up.
Well-rounded backstory.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear all about it? I was born on a
No, it's okay. It's okay.
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday. That's the third day of the week.
I thought it was the second day of the week. We used the working calendar, actually.
Second day's Moon's Day.
No,
9
I
after
used
1
the
of the 2
working
moons.
calendar, though.
Used to be 2. Then the thing happened.
Glares off into the middle distance. You don't know about a second moon? What's that about?
This used to be a continent completely underwater, and then one of the moons was destroyed, and then it became a continent.
That's no moon.
It's your mom.
Oh, yeah, you got a question for Gibraltar. Dynamic, interesting character, Gibraltar. With his 18 sisters and his 4 brothers.
Thank you for the inspiration die, Steven.
I gave that to you very begrudgingly.
Thank you. Like a nice little chorus line. Gibraltar.
Oh, it's a good one.
I have a question for you regarding the missing merchants in the area.
Have you tried looking for him?
Illusion.
Yes,
How come
yes.
your accent changes every time you say his name?
Gibraltar?
Yeah.
Isn't that how it's pronounced?
As respectful of the way I pronounce him. My name's Gibraltar.
Well,
Here's my brother, Fife. What? Sorry.
I have.
It's his wife, Fife.
Oh, no, my wife's name is Fife. Oh, it's different from Fife. Fife is my sister's name.
Yeah, we did try looking for them.
Me other brother,
Yeah.
Wales.
Yes, we think we maybe came across one dead by the roadside the other day. Do you know? Do the merchants?
The other day, that was like
Wait, you
an hour
came
ago.
Oh, yeah, that was
across
the- that was the- that
That's
was an hour ago.
disgusting.
Yes, that was an hour ago. Sorry, what?
Wait, you came across it? That's disgusting.
Kablamo.
Already got one.
You came across a boy. He said, prompting you.
Do the merchants wear any sort of sigil to represent, like maybe someone they
Like a
represent?
guild.
A guild,
Or like their
a logo, a
hometown.
trademarked, copywritten logo.
Oh, yeah.
Copyright. What's a
Yeah.
copyright?
It's
When you
when,
write
it's
the-
when you've got a picture and you create a second version and it's the same picture. You've copied it, right?
That makes sense.
Everett. And he like lifts open his vest and he's got a sigil on his chest and it's two mermaids doing the romantic arms crossed thing, drinking a beer.
I didn't want to be hired. I think it was two dolphins.
Do it then. Hold on, I can do better.
It was a two squirrels.
Doing it.
Doing it.
It was a squirrel and a dolphin.
Two cows, ass to ass.
I'm pretty
All
sure.
right, I'll give you one for that.
I'm pretty sure it was an ox lifting a crate. An ox with a box.
Lotion, what were
Yes.
You're sure it wasn't?
what
like
were
a
the
fox
crates
in
that were?
socks?
It's a
That's
B in parenthesis OX.
What were the?
But ox.
Do you remember what the crates were at
That's a
Reginald's?
that's a very good question. Does Lotion remember what those? I don't know if I ever looked to see.
You can roll and find out.
What am I rolling here?
Oh,
Perception?
Perception. Yeah. I think you were very busy scrutinizing the man.
That's a 19 perception.
Yeah. But ox.
So the merchant who had the buttocks torn off of him, the buttocks matches the sign of the buttocks.
Oh my god.
Is that not what you're saying?
It's correct now.
And you feel a breeze as the universe changes around you to make this thing a thing that I said from the very start.
That's right, the ox.
What was he saying?
Yes.
It was an ox with a box, is what he was
Oh, an ox with a
originally
box.
saying.
Okay, an ox
Yeah.
with a box.
An ox with a box. A ox.
Eating locks.
He has a friend.
Now,
It's a fox.
and what was I asking?
They all wear socks.
Okay, so yeah, I say yes. The sign of the buttocks, the buttocks, was on the merchant vest. Well, now we know that from Gibraltar, and my recollection of what was on the crates in Reginald's. I'm starting to think that Reginald might be not as much of an angel as I thought he was.
Hold up. One thing quick. You said the sigil that Gibraltar is wearing is also that.
No, Gibraltar is wearing two mermaids doing
Two mermaids. Sorry, never mind.
The romance champagne drink.
Thank you, Gibraltar. Let me tip you, and I give him a can of lager,
Oh, yeah. You've had the good stuff.
and I give him a blessing. I say, set aside your greed, hunger only in your soul. Ill matter provides.
He said, order subject to hunger.
And he goes in the back and he brings you all a plate of stew. He sets you up with 3 bedrooms upstairs. And then he goes back to staring blankly at a wall with a thin strain of drool rolling down his cheek.
All right, Lotion. So, the sigil of the buttocks.
Yes.
That's a clue.
That was
Buttocks.
that was on the crates at Reginald's, right?
Yes.
And that was supposed to be the sigil of the new merchant that was coming this time, correct?
According to Joe Brolwa.
Oh, it reminds me. Oh,
Oh, wait.
you need an extra bedroom. I was unprepared for a female.
And he leaves and he goes upstairs. You're
I-
alone in the bar, so you can talk.
You better be prettying up my room pretty nice.
You're
Perception check around the bar.
Logan would like to see specifically what kind of liquors are behind the bar.
Why are you looking for liquors?
A 12 perception check to make sure that we're actually alone.
you feel like you're alone.
Alacordia, he has a drinking problem. We've been over this. He's been influencing you to drink more now. I don't know what's up with you.
I only
two.
had the wine after we attacked some goddamn.
You look behind the bar. It's a lot of standard fare. One of every, like, there's spiced rum and you know, all homemade meads. But there is a bottle, a very, very, very fancy bottle of whiskey of Kraken's Tear.
Kraken's Tear?
Yeah. This is like some fucking, like, high class, $170 a bottle shit.
Do any of us? Shun's done a lot of work with different merchants. Would he potentially recognize? Like, could I make a history check to see if he recognizes like that merchant sigil or anything?
This is just a fancy bottle of whiskey.
The sign of the buttocks, I think, is what he's meaning.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Kraken's
No,
Tear.
no, no. That.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's just good whiskey. Yeah, of course you can. Yes, absolutely.
You have a lot of
You have
inspiration
to.
die.
You know, that's a
You
good
have
point.
to say it.
Well, it was a 5, but
The crowd needs to know.
He's re-rolling inspiration.
19.
That's better.
You've done some traveling, and you've seen a lot of sigils and a lot of merchants, and you know that every small-time trader makes themselves a symbol to like set themselves apart, because a lot of people can't read, and so pictures is really where it's at.
Like Prince.
Yeah, the merchant formerly known as Buttocks. You have seen this symbol before. When you saw him, you were just passing through Krabbenwanger. And it was a small merchant who was just struggling. Like, he was having trouble making sales. He's not a very good salesman. So it's interesting to you that a town this remote would hire him.
I convey that to the other two.
Logan scratches his 5 o'clock shadow and goes, interesting, but he's really just staring at the bottle of liquor. Interesting.
Drink me, merchant. And the Kraken, like, moves its tentacles and it gives you, like, a...
No, I mustn't.
So, Shun, you've seen this sigil as well outside in Krabbenwanger?
Yeah, back in Krabbenwanger. That's like my village is really close to it. It's like this big bustling city.
It's a pea in the
It's a big. It's a port city. It's a big trade city. Yeah, like not a wealthy merchant. He really was not that good a salesman. He was doing poorly. I don't understand why they would have hired him here, because like he didn't really have a whole lot to offer, you know.
So, this doesn't make any sense. Why would they hire somebody that's not good at his job?
Perhaps.
Well, I mean, they
because
hired the
want
Shire Reeve.
Oh, wait, so the person who's not good at the job is the merchant.
The merchant, yeah.
Then maybe they want bad merchants coming here so they can off them, steal their goods, move on. Some merchants who are probably good at their job know how to protect themselves from thieves, roadblocks. Maybe the bad guys don't. The poor merchants don't.
Interesting.
Maybe this is a whole town conspiracy.
Wait, guys. We were told here to come here to deal with the Shire Reeve issue. Maybe a mysterious blackmailer is upset because the new Shire Reeve is starting to actually do a good job.
That tracks, because one of the first things he said when we got here was a big conspiracy.
And like, I don't know, I feel like our blackmailer is into like some shady stuff, and like he'd probably be okay
With disrupting trade.
Yeah.
Well, what about your father Boots?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we can talk to him.
Well, he's supposed to be coming here.
I don't really know if I want to see him again. I don't know what was that whole...
Are you sure he doesn't want to touch your taint?
Of all the people
On
to bring that up, I can't
heavily on
believe
the
it would
wind
be
you hit.
you. Look at your fingers. Have you seen your fingers?
Don't talk to me with my fucking fingers.
You're wondering who's the tainted one here. I mean, come on.
With that, she pulls out a knife and jumps across the table.
Ooh.
And she'll jump on you and like have the knife at your throat and be like, "Don't ever talk about my fingers again."
Well, maybe mind your own business then.
Everyone roll a perception check.
Why can't I roll a 1, damn it? 4.
Do I
If-
need
everyone.
Yeah,
Maybe you with disadvantage because you're doing a thing.
15.
that would have been
Okay, 4, 15.
16.
No, I'm re-rolling.
16.
13.
On what grounds?
I gave him
Okay.
an inspiration token back.
Oh. Look at you all tying it up in a nice, neat little package. I'm being generous. Okay. You hear a couple things. You can hear shuffling upstairs, and then you hear a scream from somewhere in town. And an innkeeper runs down and finds someone with a knife to someone else's throat. And
That wasn't him.
We have to go check that out.
And then she books out the front door.
Lojan is like, Lojan goes, wait a second. Did I hear a scream or am I hearing demons again?
You heard a scream.
Put the bottle down, Lojan. For once in your life,
Yeah,
man.
Lotion's like reaching over the bar as the innkeeper comes down. He's like, "Was doing a dusting of the old bar top."
You hiring? Gentlemen, come quick. If that was indeed a real scream, we must... Sorry, gentleman and lady. Gentleman and lady. Let us go.
No, you wait here, young miss. We'll investigate.
Come with us now, Alicordia, right now.
She's already gone.
Yeah. You burst out the door, and you see a crowd gathering around the fountain.
Oh no, they found the corpse of Filch Batters.
No, that was dragged away.
That was sipped away.
That was dragged away by the sheriff a couple hours ago.
Well, what's at the fountain?
What do we see?
Oh, well, there's like literally you'd have to push your way through. There's so many people gathered about, and you hear them going, "Oh my heavens! Oh, no,
Shin uses his chain scythe to grapple up onto the roof of the inn so he can get like a higher vantage to look over.
Okay. Zippity boop.
I cast...
Yeah.
I say a little prayer. I say,
In the morning I
say-
wake up.
grant me the gift of your wisdom, so I may be your messenger today. And I cast guidance on myself, and I go, make way! And I try to shove my way through the crowd to the front.
7.
The branch breaks and falls and like smacks someone on the head.
Trying to shove my way through a crowd. Make way! I'm not sure what that is.
Persuasion. Or intimidation, depending on what you're...
I'm going behind him and then doing the same thing. So with a help action,
Let's do persuasion.
Here, we'll give you the help action for that then.
Yeah, we'll go with the first one. 17 plus 1 plus 4. 22.
The crowd parts at your natural ability to command a crowd that was trained over years and years and years. So not natural. And you see...
Innate is... No, that's...
No.
Moving on.
You see, face down in the fountain, perfectly still, the most pristine white robes you've ever seen.
Boots.